Okay, and as you're joining, if you don't care, just to mute your audio because it does play back in the video and it's hard to listen when that happens. But if you can, that would be great. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Like I said, if you have any questions, ask them there in the chat box and that would be perfect. All right. Let me go up here. I am not good at this stuff, so I'm trying really hard, guys. Does anybody know how I get this to play? I think I just go to slideshow. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Can you guys see this? Are we good? Somebody yell at me if you can't. I think we're good. All right. So who am I? My name is Brooke. For those of you who don't know me, I am a five-star Diamond Beachbody coach. For those of you who are new on the call, probably like, what the heck is that? Basically, it means that I've built a pretty large organization underneath me with lots of coaches doing the same thing that I'm doing. And a lot of them are, some of them have just started, some of them started back when I did. So we have a pretty growing team. We're fairly new, and we'll talk a little bit about that here in just a second. But in that picture that's my husband now. We just got married in September and not too long ago, and it was very stressful. I hate everything about wedding planning, and thank goodness it never has to happen again. And whoever that is, do you care to just put your phone or your computer? It's pretty loud over here. But anyway, that's also my little doggy, Fiona. So we don't have any kids yet, but that is kind of our kid. So that is my little family. Jason is a pediatric dentist. He's also a Beachbody coach. He actually signed up before I did, and he stole my thunder because I was like looking into being a Beachbody coach, and he showed up at home and was like, I signed up to be a coach today. So I'm actually signed up underneath Jason, so coincidentally. So when I started coaching, I just realized this today, I started back in October of 2013, and I had been telling people for a really long time that I had been coaching for 3 years. It's only been 2 years, and the reason why I keep thinking it's 3 is because I feel like our team has kind of gone so far in such a short amount of time that 3 just sounds like it's where we should be, but really I've only been for two years. So my 2-year anniversary, I think, is this week. I have to look up and see whenever I signed up exactly. But when I did start, I had no prior health and fitness background. I was a full-time dental hygienist. I'd also been really battling with binge eating all the way from the age of 15, 16, up until the point that I started coaching. And it was really just one of those things where I had had enough, and I had started going to the gym. I had hired a personal trainer, spent a lot of money on a personal trainer. And if anybody knows about personal training, we're not really allowed to give you out a lot of nutrition information or meal plans. So I loved my personal trainer, but she couldn't really do the part that I was struggling with the most, because I could do the workouts. I loved working out, but the meal planning was where I struggled. So she helped as much as she could, but it got to a point where I had to start trying to figure out things on my own. And that was way before the 21-day fix. So I started to kind of figure out what clean eating was. And as I was browsing online, of course, I stumbled upon T25 and some people talking about that. So I ordered T25, I believe it was July of 2013. And I started doing that program. It may have been a little bit sooner than that, but it took me a while to decide that I wanted to coach. And really the only reason I wanted to, it wasn't because I got results, because those results actually came way after I started coaching. But it was really because I just loved helping other people get started with their journey in some way, because I felt so stuck where I was at that point in time. It was not for any financial reasons then. I actually didn't even know that you could make money as a coach. I thought it was just kind of a hobby. You sign up, you get your products free. That's what I thought it was for a long time. When I did start coaching, I was in a lot of credit card debt. I was working a lot of dental hygiene hours trying to minimize that debt. And I was also, of course, student loan debt and really living paycheck to paycheck. I ended up needing to put my house up for sale because I just couldn't afford it anymore. I was just telling someone about this the other day in one of our coaching groups. There's little things that I keep reminding myself of or remembering. And one thing I do remember as I was getting ready to start coaching, I was at the grocery store and I had about $80 worth of groceries. And at that point in time, I was working 5 and 6 days a day. Do you guys care to mute your audio? I keep hearing a buzzing and it's kind of back and forth. Anyway, so I was at the grocery store trying to get about $80 worth of groceries, and my debit card got declined. And it was one of the most humiliating things that I'd ever been through. And I was just shocked that that happened, because here I was in my scrubs. I worked my butt off, 5 and 6 days a week as a hygienist. And it was like, that wasn't supposed to happen. Our parents told us, if you go to school, you get a degree, you get a good job, you'll be set. That's all you had to worry about. And here I was in that position, but I was not set. And it dawned on me that I was always going to be trading my time for money. It was like my only other option was really to work more. And it just became a point where I felt stuck. I really did. I felt like there was nowhere else for me to go. I actually looked at going back to school for dentistry, which then when I started looking at that, I'm like, gosh, $400,000 in debt by the time I'm done. I'll be 4 years older. I can't start a family at that point in time because I'll be so stressed and busy. So I really just felt like I was stuck. Like, this is it. I don't know if anybody else has ever felt that way, but I really just felt like this is it. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life. And what else is there? I was just really in a bad place. And of course, very little time off from work, because as a hygienist, we really didn't get a whole lot of days where we got paid leave, because it's really hard to replace what we do. So after about 3 months of coaching, I started in October, my paycheck, and I don't care to share this with you guys because, I trust everybody here, and I'm very open about my income because I think it's really important for people to understand what is possible with coaching. That first check on the left there, you can see that I had, ups and downs all the way through there. When I got that first $32 check in November, I was ecstatic because that's $32 for me just basically helping my family. Because at that point in time, when I signed up to coach, I wasn't doing it for the money, but my parents wanted to get healthy because they saw me doing it. And so, of course, they wanted to jump on board. So what ended up happening is I actually got a paycheck from my parents. That was from one of my parents' challenge packs. So they had purchased a Shakeology and a fitness program. And then you can see that in January, on January 1st, I had a paycheck of $589. And I want to talk to you guys right now because you're right where I was, when I started coaching in October. What a lot of coaches and new coaches and people who are thinking about coaching don't understand is right now is one of the best times for you to sign up as a coach, because what happens? People get into the holiday rush. They're trying to get gifts. They're getting, busy with everything. And our nutrition and our health kind of takes a back seat. So we try to approach it as, let's tackle it before those things happen. And we get a lot of people who start, their nutrition and fitness journey in these months, but especially in December this year, because in December, we're going to have a huge launch of a new program that a lot of people have been waiting for. And it's called Hammer and Chisel. And you may have not heard about it, but it's going to be a huge, huge release that's going to be happening in December. So being on board now, getting your training in over the next month and getting, started with your health and fitness, whatever that is, and then being able to be here when that happens, that's why I had that January 1st check, because that's when they released P90X3. Now, the weeks after that, my paycheck dropped a little bit because, heck, I got a really good paycheck. I was like, man, this is great. I'm just going to sit back and relax. But that was before I really knew that I had to consistently do stuff. I couldn't just wait for a launch and then sit back and relax. I had to continue to do those little things that got me to that point. And then you can see 6 months in the business, I was averaging about $300 a week. So I was kind of all over the place those first 3 months, but over time what happened is I got to the point where it stabilized. I had a lot of clients who wanted to stay on the Shakeology. So I was averaging around $300 a week, and that was huge for me. And, this is nothing compared to what coaches were, sharing online. And I felt like what I was making was like, dirt compared to what people were sharing as coaches. But I look back and I'm like, that is what, that $300 a week is what got me out of my credit card debt and helped me pay off all of my debts. And that was over $8,000 within a 6-month period of time of coaching. I was able to get myself out of that. So I look back now and I'm like, that was huge. And you might be saying, man, $100 a week would be huge for me. And it is. And then in 15 months, you'll see that I was making around $2,000 a week. So, those are usually this is showing like my first business center. I'm not going to go too far into that, but you'll see 2 years as a coach right now, I'm averaging around $3,000 a week. I am now a full-time coach. I walked away from my hygiene job in July. I actually dropped back to part-time. Let's see, that was last year. This time last year, I dropped back to part-time. And then all the way up until this last July, I decided I'm going to, walk away and do full-time coaching because it was my passion. I spent all day cleaning teeth, thinking about my next challenge group and thinking about a good idea that I had, for my coaches. And it was just something that was consuming me. And I felt like I was being taken away from my passion and I just couldn't do it anymore. But one of the hugest things, the biggest things about it was I was feeling like if I didn't have that hygiene job, I'd be no longer trading time for money. And I felt like for the rest of my life, if I hold myself back and not jump, with both feet into coaching, I'd forever be trading my time for money. And I didn't want to do that. I had plans of having a family. And I think my breaking point was being at work and seeing one of the assistants who had just had her kiddo less than 2 months prior come to work in tears, just, a mess. And it was the first day that she had to take her very, very young child to daycare to come back to work because they couldn't make ends meet. She had to come back really, really soon. And I just kept thinking, that's going to be me if I don't change what I'm doing. And you might be completely happy with your job, and that's great. I had no intentions of leaving hygiene. I still fill in part-time here and there if I feel like it. But I just want you to know that it is possible to make this a full-time income. Do all coaches make it a full-time income? No, but it is possible, and that's why I wanted to share that with you guys. So I am going to play a quick video for you guys, and it kind of explains Team Beachbody and kind of the whole opportunity, because if I sit here and try to tell you everything about it and the history, you'd be confused. So I'm just going to play this really quickly here.
Beachbody, creator of the hottest and most respected fitness products in the world, now has an opportunity for you to join us by becoming a Team Beachbody coach. As a coach, you'll be given the opportunity to earn income by sharing the best fitness programs and nutritional supplements on the market today.
Instead of doing the obvious thing, selling our hit infomercial products through retail stores, we asked a handful of our customers to become independent distributors. We call them coaches. They're not fitness or nutrition experts. They simply love the products and love sharing them with people because they actually work.
As a Team Beachbody coach, you're partnering with a company that stands above all others with unique opportunities. And because we need your help to help other people, there's no better time to get involved in a Beachbody coach than right now. There's a massive health crisis throughout North America. Just in the United States, 2 out of every 3 adult Americans and 2 out of every 5 children are considered overweight or obese. This means more than 200 million people are unhealthy.
The neat thing about what we have with Beachbody is an opportunity to make a difference, to change people's lives, to reverse that trend.
Beachbody CEO Carl Deichler and President John Congdon began combating the health crisis in 1998 by conceiving a simple solution to this massive problem. Sell top-notch fitness products and provide unprecedented peer-to-peer support to help people get fit. The phenomenal success of Beachbody is undeniable. And when John and Carl examined that success, they realized that a large part was due to satisfied customers sharing their fitness success and passion for Beachbody with those closest to them, as well as on the Beachbody message boards. This natural interaction between customers was recognized by Carl and John and led them to develop a compensation plan where Beachbody would begin paying people for what they were already doing for years, sharing Beachbody products. Thus, the Team Beachbody Coach opportunity was launched.
I now make more money in my Beachbody business than I ever made in my restaurant business.
To fit in those shoes that never thought I'd be able to fit in again, and I'm able to save money, have money in a savings account, and that feels really good. After about 3 to 4 months, that's when it started to really get me really excited because my check for 1 week was $1,000.
Decide, commit, succeed. The Beachbody mantra is not some snappy cereal box slogan. We guarantee that when a customer decides to commit to a Beachbody fitness program, they will succeed. But we've learned that success doesn't just come from buying a fitness program. Nutrition is growing, and Beachbody's ultra premium health shake, Shakeology, has become one of the best-selling products in the history of the company because of our Team Beachbody coaches.
Shakeology is what they call a market disruptor because while competitors have come up with Me Too energy drinks and antioxidant juices, we've created the absolute highest quality weight loss and health shake on the market today, period. The absolute best.
The opportunity to share products that you love and earn money while doing so is something we're proud of at Beachbody. This is how it works. First, you earn a 25% commission on all retail sales. It's just that simple. For example, if you have 3 Shakeology sales a month, you would earn enough to pay for your own monthly supply of the healthiest meal of the day. You can also earn an even higher commission when you sell our exclusive Team Beachbody Challenge Pack, which is a one-stop solution for customers. A challenge pack includes a fitness program of their choice, a 30-day supply of Shakeology, and a free 30-day VIP membership in Team Beachbody's premium online club, which offers customized meal planning, exclusive video content, and so much more. And many of our successful coaches use Beachbody challenge groups to engage their customers and coaches by providing support and accountability to help them achieve their optimal fitness results. And if you choose to build a team of coaches, we have a lucrative bonus program that lets you earn from your whole team's productivity. And the rewards don't stop. We also created the Beachbody Challenge Contest, where coaches and their customers can submit their success stories and have the opportunity to take part in over $1 million in cash and prizes. Here's some good news to make it easy for you. We provide every coach with a website and an online office where you can access sales and marketing tools, as well as a library of training and personal development resources. Plus, we handle all the product fulfillment and customer service for you. All you need to do is direct customers to your website. And when they make a purchase through you, you earn a generous 25% commission, and all your income is paid weekly.
You do not have to be an expert to be a Beachbody coach. Anybody can do this. When we started, we didn't know what we were doing, and then Beachbody provided us with the tools we needed to be successful, and it's been a wonderful ride.
Many coaches earn enough to make a car payment or enjoy a vacation. Some earn enough to quit their day jobs, and a few top coaches even earn more than $1 million a year. Beachbody has the most popular fitness programs in the world. Programs like P90X, Insanity, Turbo Fire, and Brazil Butt Lift, just to name a few. And to support that success, we spend over $100 million a year in advertising these programs. So you can reap the benefits of that exposure and feel confident knowing that as a Team Beachbody coach, you're partnering with the #1 brands on the market. There are many reasons in addition to the extra income to becoming a Team Beachbody coach. To get fit and healthy, to get great discounts on Beachbody products, to earn travel and incentive trips to some great vacation destinations, or even to work out with your favorite Beachbody celebrity trainer. But most importantly, the time and freedom to do what you want to do most.
The extra income with Beachbody, for me, is freedom. Freedom to be at home with my family instead of going off to a job every day. It's the freedom to do what I want when I want.
Think about your own situation. Is what you're doing now going to give you the lifestyle that you and your family deserve?
You want to go to your kids' baseball games, soccer games, graduations, recitals, be there for them, you can do that. It's up to you. You can become the CEO of your own business as what we call an independent Team Beachbody coach. We're going to make sure that you have everything you need to be successful and provide you an amazing opportunity to achieve all your financial dreams. Now the decision to go for it is yours. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with you. Let's get started.
All right, so that is an awesome video kind of explaining everything. And to be honest, when I first watched that, I was like, oh, that's kind of cheesy. That's so far-fetched from what I think is possible with coaching, because I just didn't see it happening. I really had to, it took me a good 3 to 6 months before I saw coaches actually doing the things. And now I look back at that video and I'm like, I know a lot of the people in those videos, and a lot of them are mentors on our upline team, the top coaches of the company. And Josh Spencer, I saw in there, him and his wife were able to walk away from their full-time careers and stay at home. And so now that I can actually put people to the results that they say in that video, I'm like, it is true. It is possible. And now even me, I'm like, did I really make that much this week? And was I really able to do all of that? And it is true. So anyways, there are other benefits of being a coach other than earning an income, because I know I've talked a lot about that part. But what income does allow you to do is have more freedom. One of the great benefits I love about being a coach is you do get to work at your own pace. You set your own work hours, although a lot of coaches end up working a lot more than what they plan on, because it does become a little addicting. So I have to kind of work with the coaches a lot and say, okay, let's schedule your time. And even though it's really fun, you have to not spend so much time doing it. So you can also build your business however you would like, as fast as you would like. I see a lot of people who ask me, who come from a health and fitness background or not at all, are you allowed to do this? Are you allowed to sell Shakeology in a gym? Are you allowed to, market it as if you're a Zumba instructor? You can do pretty much whatever you want, because you are an independent coach. You are not a part of Beachbody, does not own you in your business. So it's pretty cool. And as a coach, you are obviously being held accountable. It's not like you're going to want to eat terrible whenever you're having your own challenge group and helping other people. You just want to be better. You don't have to be at your goal weight, and we're going to talk about that. But it tends to, like when I first started coaching, I thought, I'm pretty good. I don't need to do a whole lot. But when I did the 21-day fix, I was like, wow, I really needed that. So I was not at my goal weight at all whenever I started. I wasn't really unhappy with myself, but I didn't realize how much I could have pushed myself a little bit more. There's also no ceiling on your potential income. With a lot of careers, obviously there's only so much you can earn. So there's really no ceiling on that. The low starting costs, we'll talk some more about that. And one of the biggest things that I've learned as a coach is my personal development. I used to be such a negative person, and I don't want to talk bad about the dental office that I worked for, but most of you probably work in an office scenario, and you probably think the same thing sometimes, where you're just surrounded by negativity. And so what happens is you end up being a negative person just by association. And it's something that becomes more comfortable because you are surrounded by it, and those people don't really push you to change at all. But when you are surrounded by people like on our team who want you to be better and want to push you because they're pushing themselves, and they share with you some of their best personal development secrets that they find in their training or whatever they're doing, you just want to be a better person. And I think that's one of the best things that's happened since I have become a coach, is just the positivity that I've been able to find since becoming a coach. Of course, you're going to meet amazing people. I wish that we had like a little map that says where all of our coaches are from, but we have everywhere. I mean, we have coaches everywhere. All over Canada, we have all over the U.S., from every different corner of the U.S. And you will be changing your life while you're changing others. And you don't ever have to feel like you have to be perfect from the start. And of course, I'm going to go into that. So who are we? First, I want to talk about who we are not. We are not health and fitness experts. So if you feel like you have to know anything and everything about health and fitness, just throw that out the window, because I still admit, I just posted in our team page yesterday, I go and ask people for advice all the time still. And I have a coach that I look to, and coaches need coaches too. We are not experts. We are relationship experts. We build relationships with people and help them get started. All of the programs and everything, those are there for us to utilize, and they have everything we need. Yes, you can, have a degree in nutrition. You can be a personal trainer, but you don't have to be. We're definitely not salespeople, and I think that's one of the biggest fears that people have as they're looking at the coaching opportunity, that they're going to have to sell things. Of course, we do sell things, but you are not a salesperson. We just share what we're doing, and we teach you how to do that in our training without coming across as that icky salesperson that you run away from. Like those people in the mall, it's like, don't make eye contact with them. We aren't those people, and we really pride pride ourselves on our team of not being that person. Of course, we just talked about this, but you do not have to be at your own health and fitness goals. And to be honest, I think it is best when you do start your journey as a coach and your health and fitness journey at the same time, because it's so much, if you think about it, your first week of when you're doing something, you're talking a lot about it. You're walking around like a penguin because your legs are sore, and people are asking you about it. They're asking you what you're doing. So it makes it so much easier for you to come out of your shell and start talking more about it. And now you have the opportunity to help them, because you can just send them to your online store and get them in our challenge groups with you. And now you have someone at work who is accountable with you, and maybe they become more positive and you don't have such a negative work environment anymore. We are definitely not perfect, and we are not social media experts. There are a lot of people on our team who have built their businesses solely on social media. I was one of those people because I lived in an area that I knew nobody. I had moved from my hometown. So I did build a lot of my social media up, and that was my business. But I started with very few friends on my social media. But you do not need to be an expert. All of those things are very teachable by us. You also don't have to be an extrovert. I am definitely not an extrovert. I'm an introvert, and it doesn't matter if you are or aren't, but you don't have to be this crazy, bubbly personality to succeed as a coach. And we're not business professionals. I have no background in business, and even today I was doing my expenses for the year, and I just wanted to throw it out the window because I just hate that stuff. I'm not a business person, so I'm going to hire someone to do that. But what we are is we are always working on ourselves, and we're helping others along that journey as well by sharing what we love. And one of the biggest things is we're just being real and honest. We're not trying to sell somebody something all the time or anything like that. We're just sharing what we love and being honest. And there's a lot of times I don't recommend fitness programs to people because I feel like it may not be a good fit for them and they're not quite ready for it. So we get a reputation on our team, especially I feel like, of being just really genuine and authentic. We're always learning. Everything's always changing, especially social media. So if you are building your business and your coaching business on social media, it's ever changing. So you're always going to be learning new things about that. And we're always pushing ourselves and pushing each other. And we are determined to change the world. And that might sound like a really lofty goal, but I do truly believe that it's not just about health and fitness. We really are changing people's lives, and that is an amazing feeling. So I like to talk about the different types of coaches. So there are coaches on this call that are probably like, I'm all in, sign me up, I'm ready to go. And then there's some that might just say, you know what, I don't know if I'm ready to go full force, maybe I'll go in a little bit slower. So we've got some different levels because, Beachbody doesn't really have the different levels, but we want you to know that just because you may not be all in just yet, that doesn't matter. We would love to have you on our team, and we will support you and mentor you in any of these categories. So the first one is just a loyalty coach. And basically what that would mean is you're going to get 25% on the discount on the Shakeology and any of the other products. But also, if you just share Shakeology with 3 of your friends, yours is free for your month. So if you're a Shakeology lover and you're like, yeah, I would just love to get it paid for, that could be you right there. Now, if you're a part-time coach, you'll obviously have all of number 1, but also you can earn extra income, like maybe pay for family vacations, pay off some debts. That part-time coach was really where I was really probably a loyalty coach because I didn't know what the heck I was doing for the first 3 months, and I still made quite a bit. But probably by that 6-month mark, I would say I was a part-time coach. And I wasn't really all in until June of last year when we went to the big Beachbody coaching event. And I saw people, like I was saying before, I finally saw people that I kept seeing online in real life. And I'm like, I'm not much different than them. I can do this too. So when I saw that, I was an all-in coach, and I was like, I'm going to make this work for me. And being an all-in coach, is, you have the potential to build your income, as much as you want, and really build a foundation for yourself, and we'll help you do that. So what do we do as coaches? Some of you may have been in challenge groups in the past, so obviously that's a big part of what we do. But I've kind of got some different subsets here, but with the whole sharing part, we really share and we learn. We do both of those things simultaneously. So as we're sharing, that means in the challenge groups, we are being products of the product. So we're doing our own workouts, we're drinking the Shakeology, but we're also talking about the coaching opportunity, because so many times we get so sidetracked because we're like, yes, we have amazing programs and Shakeology is great, but one of the best programs we have is the coaching opportunity, because, as you know, or you may or may not know, someone being able to earn an extra income with their family can really change the entire dynamic of the family. And even, I've heard it a million times, well, we can't afford the expensive groceries, or afford to do this or that. And so, the freedom of having that extra income does allow you to be healthier in the long run, because you can do more. Of course, you can always make it work, but it does make it a little bit easier on you. And then the part about learning, we're always learning. I already mentioned that, but the personal development is something that we do work on every single day. So we always say, you wake up in the morning and you have 10 to 20 minutes of personal development, and that's just really just working on yourself. And I was someone who's like, I don't need that. That's such a waste of time, but it really did change my entire outlook. And the rewards of coaching, there's kind of different categories of rewards, and I think everybody is motivated by different things. One thing that you can receive as a coach are gifts and trips. So I've been on a couple of the trips within just offered by Beachbody, but also remember that our team hosts trips as well. So we earned a trip, a coach and I earned a trip this last year. We went to Vero Beach in Florida. And then a couple of us went to Cancun. There were six to eight of us. I can't remember how many of us ended up going. We've got a lot of people going on the cruise this next year. And then our team, we're going to be hosting a retreat, and it's going to be a tropical retreat next year. So everybody has the opportunity to win that. And I know a lot of people on the call really want to be on that trip. And then recognition. If you think about it, there are a lot of people who work away every single day, and they don't even get so much as a pat on the back. My first 2 years as a dental hygienist, I worked for a dentist who very rarely, if ever, said good job. So sometimes it's just nice to get some recognition that you don't have to ask for it. And then, of course, money and freedom, we've talked about that, and joy. Just the pure joy of helping others in more ways than one. This week we've had a training group where we've kind of pushed people outside of the new coaches, outside of their comfort zone a little bit, and having them reach out to people they haven't talked to in a really long time. And to see the coaches' faces light up whenever those people are like, I meant to reach out to you because I have been seeing what you're doing. I'm ready for a change. Like, that's just really rewarding. A lot of the coaches who are on my team now are people who I would have never thought in a million years I would have reconnected with or connected with. And just seeing them succeed is just an amazing thing. And had we not connected through coaching, we may have never even become friends. So these are just some of the pictures from our trip to Cancun. Danielle, one of my coaches, and I were actually, we got invited out of the whole company. Two of us, I think we were the only two that were from one team, got invited to have brunch with Carl Deichler. He was the CEO that you saw in the video. And the number one coach in the company, Melanie Mitra, was also at that same brunch as us. So we have really put ourselves on the map, and we get a lot of recognition from the company on our growth so far. So how do we earn? You saw in the video that we get 25% commissions. I did want to mention that you also get 40% commission on club memberships. Now, they kind of talked about that in the video, but that also includes the new on-demand. So if you've worked out online and you log in, if you have people who sign up for that and get that quarterly, you get 40% of that. So that's another perk. And then on challenge pack commissions, you get more than 25%, usually 28% to 35%. So that's one way that you can earn as a coach. And then as you decide to grow your team, which is what our hopes are for you, you get to get team cycle bonuses. And really, you don't earn those unless your team is doing well. So we really are invested in your growth as a coach and your success, because if you don't succeed, we don't succeed. Now, if you think about any traditional work model, how often does the guy from the top come and worry about if you're succeeding in your own life? I don't want to talk about the dental offices because I know we have a lot of dentists and hygienists, but the first dentist I worked for, he could have really cared less if how well I was doing in my personal life and how much I was working and making money, because I had a ceiling on my growth. It was a salary. I came in, I got paid, I left. But we are really invested in your growth and success as a coach. So the potential per week is up to $12,000 per week in bonuses, and that is not including the commissions that you get. And then you also get matching bonuses. And this is really exciting for me to see because I'm starting to see my coaches earn these cycle bonuses, and I get 5 to 10% of whatever they are making. So when I see that go up, I really get excited because I know that our team is growing. And then also you can earn quarterly bonuses. And I believe Danielle got her second quarterly bonus, maybe her first, for advancing to 2-star diamond. And I just got my first 5-star bonus, which was right around $5,000 for the quarter. And that was really exciting to get when we returned home from our wedding planning and everything, because we kind of got hit with some really bad news when we got home the second day from our honeymoon. Jason, my husband, who's a pediatric dentist, was let go from a job he loved. And he had built up the practice, and he was working for a company, and unfortunately, when you work for someone else, it's a business, and he got let go. So we were really upset about that. And, that was a financial hit as well. But with both of our Beachbody incomes, it's like, we're okay. We're not stressing out. We have a really good cushion. And that feels really, really good. That's something that I would not have been able to say had I not been coaching. And then to get that little bonus was definitely a help. But it made us realize how important it is for us to be doing something we build ourselves and not relying on working for someone else for the rest of our lives. So another little perk is you can get a monthly bonus if you are an elite coach. So we have a couple coaches on our team, which we hope are elite this next year, and every month they will get $500 just for being an elite coach. So why us? This is a picture from Summit this last year. A lot of us made the trip down to Nashville. I think we have close to, I want to say 1,500 on our team so far in our downline. I'll have to look again. But anyway, we are currently one of the top 100 teams out of 300,000. And that is huge for us because we just started October 2013, and we haven't been around that long. So that's why we've got corporate kind of looking at us and, coming and visiting us every once in a while and really just kind of focusing in on what are you guys doing, because you're doing something amazing over there in Louisville, Kentucky. But really, they don't realize we're all over the U.S. and Canada growing as well. And we really are one of the top teams in growth this year, which is super exciting. So what kind of people are we looking for? Obviously, they're going to be people who are a lot like who we are on our team. Driven, positive, competitive, compassionate, motivated, and real. I think being real is one of the most important things because we don't ever want you to feel like you have to be somebody else. If you see a top coach out there, you see one of us posting and you're like, man, I just don't know if I can do what she's doing, or you do what you do. You do what is unique and feels comfortable to you. And that's what's great about this business is you're never made to be something you're not. So what can you expect from us? I say genius ideas and concepts. We do have genius ideas and concepts, but we do have some amazing training, support, and mentorship. And through that, we have the weekly team calls. If you are obviously, all the diamond coaches on our team have their own little teams, but we try to get together and have calls much like this as often as possible. But we also have trainings. And then if you are a coach and you have people who are interested, you can invite them to webinars like this so that you don't have to do the explanation of coaching yourself. So you let us do that for you, or you can send them the link or whatever. We have those resources available to you. And I always like to pull this up because I think this is one of my main concerns that I had before I signed up as a coach. I remember Googling Beachbody pyramid scheme because you hear about that stuff. And so I quickly realized that pyramid scheme is illegal. So obviously Beachbody would not be in business if it was a pyramid scheme. But whenever people were trying to explain to me what it was, it sounded like a pyramid. And then my, at the time, boyfriend, Jason, was like, let me just show you something. So he drew up, he's like, what do you think a normal business looks like? You have the CEO at the top, you have the president, and then you go all the way down to the department managers and employees. Do you think those employees are ever able to surpass and make more money than the CEO? And I was like, no. And he's like, well, it's a pyramid scheme then, right? And so when you look at Beachbody, you have the potential, over here to the left, I say the person at the top is making $100,000 a year. The one at the bottom is making $1 million. If that person that's making $100,000 isn't working as hard as the one, down here making $1 million and growing her team, then the person at the top, they can surpass them and make more money than them. There's no ceiling. You're never held back. So just because I kind of signed up in the beginning doesn't mean anything. Any of my coaches can surpass me, and they are not held back by me at all. And of course, I showed this because we had a lot of dentists. Sorry, dentists on the call. I think Ed's probably on here. But it's kind of the same idea. You know that as an assistant down at the bottom, or the office manager, the business associates, or the hygienist, you aren't ever going to be able to take over the dentist's office and make more money than them and take over and have all the ownership and freedoms because you didn't go to school to do that. You don't own the place. But with Beachbody, you can do that. And I just wanted to show Beachbody's growth, just so you can kind of see the history. Back in 2007, there were only 14 coaches in the company. By 2010, there were 48,000, and then it really took off from 2010 to 2015. And every day I log in and I think we're close to 350,000 now. So it's really, really exciting to see. And something that I do want to mention that we do know for sure is happening. A lot of people don't realize that Beachbody is only, the Team Beachbody opportunity is only in the US and Canada. In the next 2 years, we are opening in Europe. They already have kind of introduced the coaching opportunity a little bit, kind of through the programs and everything in Europe to see how it goes, but they are over there working their tails off, kind of getting our brand and name out there. So then when we do release to Europe, where we can sign up coaches in Europe, it's already been known. If you know anybody in Europe, you probably know that they see our infomercials because we've been playing them there for several years. Because that's really important. They want to make sure that we do it right. And so Beachbody is very smart, and they will release it when they know we're ready to handle it. But that's huge. That's another reason you might want to getting in now, because that will be happening within the next couple years. So 4 key ingredients to a successful coach. You really have to have strong belief in yourself, and that's something that you learn over time, and it takes time. I think every new coach we talk to struggles with confidence because they have that fear that they have to be the perfect coach and have to be this or that. And so having belief in yourself and belief in what we have to offer is what's the most important, as well as a strong why you're doing it. And you might be thinking, I don't know if this is for me. You really have to dig down deep and say, what is the reason for me wanting to do this? What made me get on the call? What made me listen to this call? Why did I think about being a coach? And then really dig deep. And I always say it's the why that makes you cry, because it might be, I want to be home for my kids and I don't want to miss any more of their recitals and their graduation and not being able to take off work for their school events, and them asking me, why weren't you there? All the other moms and dads were there. That might be something that drives you to be able to be home more with them. And then also you have to have a commitment. You have to tell yourself from the beginning, I will never give up. But I also always tell coaches, there is a risk-free when you sign up to coach. You have 30 days. If you decide by the end of 30 days, this coaching thing isn't for me, you can leave. There's no questions asked. But I do say that try to commit for 3 to 6 months, because it really does take that amount of time to get your feet wet and really learn the ins and outs of coaching. Because at 3 months, I didn't know what the heck I was doing still, but we didn't have anybody teaching us what we're teaching you guys. So what we're teaching you is kind of condensed into a very small amount of time, because we can teach you all the things that we did wrong because we didn't know what we were doing. So we created systems and training that help you do things a lot faster than how long it took us to do it, which wasn't that long anyway. And then we always say you have to be coachable. That just means you have to listen to us because we've been there. We do have your best interest in mind because your success is our success. And I'd just like to share too some of the social media outlets that a lot of people like to build on. If you are a pinning fanatic, you can build your brand on Pinterest. But most of us, I would say, we do build our businesses on Facebook or in person. There are some coaches that love Instagram, so that one's not on here. But there are tons of different ways that you can kind of get your message out there. And then what happens as you sign up as a new coach? I always like to go through this because I want you to know that we've got your back. When you sign up, you're not just signed up and then you're like fending for yourself. We're a team, and we make sure that you know your next steps. So you enroll online. We'll talk about some different options with your enrollment. You'll receive a welcome email from Beachbody, but you'll also probably get one from your coach. And then you have a getting started right call. This call is really what helps us see where you're at, what your goals are with health and fitness, but also what your goals are with coaching so we can best help you. And then you get started with your training. And what's really cool about our training is it is self-paced. So you can kind of go at your own pace so you don't ever feel like you're being left behind, or we're moving on without you, or we're not going fast enough for you. So that's what's really cool about our training. And you also have our support. So as you move along as a coach, as long as you're putting the effort in, we're going to put the effort right back. If you give 110%, we will be there running with you. So we make sure that you have the support that you need. And these are your sign-up options. So your first option here to the left, it's actually free to sign up as a coach if you do this. This is one of the best options that I like to offer my coaches who are signing up, because you get the best deal. You save over $150. It's called the Showcase Challenge Pack. It is $295, and you get the 21-day fix program, you get the PIO program, and you get the Insanity Max 30 program. Those are three of really the most popular programs that I feel like I recommend the most, but you can't switch those out. They are kind of stuck to that. You also get your month supply of Shakeology. You get a Shakeology sampler, which I believe has 6 of the flavors, if I'm right there. And then you get 5 Shakeology totes, which are like the big grocery bags. And then you get the 10 of the Shakeology welcome guides, the product catalogs, and then you also get the 30 days of the club membership, which includes that Beachbody On Demand, which is access to all of your workouts online. And then the middle one here is probably one of the most common, is a challenge pack, and those range anywhere from $140 to $205. Now, most of the programs that I recommend are usually in the $140 to $160 range. This month, till the end of the month, we don't have that much long left, but we have 21-day fixes on sale, as well as a 21-day fix extreme. And those are 2 of the most popular programs right now. So right now, those are $140. So those first 2 options, if you get either of those, your coaching fee is free. As soon as you sign up, you don't pay anything. Now, if you don't get a challenge pack, you can choose to pay the $39.95 fee to sign up. But I really recommend that you don't do that, because you're kind of just watching $40 go down the drain, because you could just sign up and get the challenge pack and not have to worry about that. Now, if you have purchased the challenge pack in the past, you can sign up, pay the $40, fill out a form, and get your money reimbursed within 2 to 3 days. But I always say, if you're signing up as a new coach, just get another challenge pack and get some samples instead of the bag, because then that way, if you get the samples as a new coach, that's really valuable to be able to sell those to people who might want to try it out, or be able to give them out to people who are interested. And then the coaching cost. So the coaching cost is $15.95 a month. Now, let me just say this too. I know we have a lot of people in Canada, so some of these prices are going to be different. I know some of you are probably like, that's not right, but I didn't put the Canadian prices on here. But the business service fee is $15.95 a month, and that includes your online store, your online office, which is where you find all of your information for your Beachbody coaching business, but also that includes our brand awareness, all the advertising. You saw that they do $100 million of advertising, so we actually get customers from the company, and those are really, they come from the infomercials, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. And that also covers the warehouse of shipments. We never have anything in our home, so you're never required to have a monthly minimum that you have to purchase a bunch of stuff and sell it yourself. Everybody orders it from online. You send them to your web store, they order, and it's shipped directly to them. So that $15.95 also covers support staff, customer service, success on demand, which is the personal development that you can actually have access to, and then business advice and consulting as you move along in your business. So once I hit 2-star, I actually had someone from corporate who came and helped me start building my business kind of in a smart way. And if you are military, it's important to know that active duty and veterans or spouses or active duty military personnel do get their monthly fees waived. So you don't have any monthly fees as if you were military. And then the club membership, this is not necessary, but most coaches do keep it, and that does help you get those free customers from the company, which you'll learn more about in our training. But that is $39.95 a quarter, and that gives you access to all of those programs. It's really awesome to have that as a new coach. I mean, when you sign up, you get it for free for 30 days anyway, but it's really awesome to have it because if somebody asks you, hey, what do you think about T25? You can jump on, try it out, or at least watch it and get an idea of it, and really get to test out all of the programs. Okay, so that is all I have, but I want you guys to ask us some questions because I know that there might be some. I'm going to exit out of this really quickly here. And if you want, you can either put it into the little chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask whatever's good for you. I see some. Okay, that was from earlier. So does anybody have any questions? There's got to be some questions. Any coaching questions from the coaches out there? Okay, so no questions right now, but if you do, just say it or put it in the little chat box. And also we have our event page, so if you have questions, feel free to ask in there as well. But as far as the prizes, we're going to give away probably 4 to 5.
I have a question.
Oh, go right ahead.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was just wondering, when you're starting out in coaching and you're working another job, approximately how many hours per week do you commit to your coaching? You know, like what is the minimum of hours that you can be successful when starting out?
That is a great question, and that's probably one of the most common fears that people have is, you know, they won't have enough time. And to be honest, I would say if you are, and we try really hard to help you in this training to say, these are the things that you really need to prioritize and keep like a list of, like these are, we call it your power hour. So really an hour a day when you're first starting is enough. And we've made our training, you know, kind of narrowed down enough to where it's like, you're not spending a lot of time on your training, you're spending time on the important things, which are starting new conversations with people and really us just helping you kind of get up and going. Because your first month, we really want you to make sure that you earn your first paycheck, first of all, because we don't want you to be, you know, losing money. You know, if you signed up and got the challenge pack, regardless if you get to use all the programs in Shakeology, we want you to get your money back in that first month. So that's our goal for you. But really, it's doing your workout, drinking your Shakeology, and just sharing what you're doing. And that doesn't take a whole lot of time out of your day if you really prioritize it. What we see happen is people start coaching and they become like really addicted to it because it is fun. You know, you're finally kind of a part of a community of people where it's fun. And you'll find yourself scrolling through Facebook and like, oh my gosh, an hour went by and I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't invite anybody and I didn't, you know, do this in the challenge groups. But really an hour a day when you first start is enough to really get going with a solid foundation. But if you're like all in and you're like, I got to make this work and I really want to be full-time in a year, I would say, okay, let's work on an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. And those are the coaches, you know, when you are putting in that time and that effort, we give that effort right back. So we help you kind of prioritize your time too.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have a question. Okay, so if I wanted to buy another supply of Shakeology, even though I've signed up for the monthly subscription, how do I do this? Can I ask for an earlier supply? Yes, so when you sign up as a coach, what will happen is you will cancel your recurring order if it's going through right now, and you will put it onto your coaching account because that way you also get that 25% off right away. So you'll cancel your other one and then you'll roll it on to your new coaching account. Okay, any other questions? I think we might be good. And about the prizes, so what I want you guys to do, if you're in the event page, if you're not in the event page, contact the coach.
What would your advice be for
Oh, I heard someone. Go ahead. Oh, did you have a question?
Excuse me, are you talking to me?
Yes, yes. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I have a client that bought a challenge pack and then found Shakeology cheaper on eBay. And I don't want to deny her access to what we do, but at the same time, I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you do with that?
So with somebody like that, I always say eBay is very sketchy when you get Shakeology off of there, because I actually had a friend who got it and it was expired. You just don't know what you're getting, and they also don't get that 30-day money back promise either. So when they buy that stuff on, through a friend or on eBay, they don't know what they're getting for real. And to be honest, there are some scammers out there that will take the Shakeology out, reseal it, put something else in there, and they don't know what they're getting. But because you can't, it's illegal not illegal, but as coaches, we can't buy a bunch of it and sell it for any cheaper, or we would be kicked out of coaching. So Beachbody does a really good job of finding those people and seeing and kind of shutting that down, but letting them know, like, I'll still support you, but I don't know what you got, and if it's not what I thought it was or what you thought it was, you can't send it back and get your money back. Even with the DVDs, you have a lifetime warranty on those if you buy them through a coach, but if you just buy them or borrow them from someone, you don't have that lifetime replacement. So I always say, if you're in those yard sale sites and you see it for $90, it's hard telling where they've left it. Did it sit in a truck, for 2 weeks in the heat? You just don't know what you're getting. It's just not a good idea. But, as a coach, I support everybody. I let them in my groups, and I never deny anybody access to that, because regardless, I'm still helping them in some sense. And those are the people who usually come back later and say, dang it, I really wish I wouldn't have bought that from them. How do I order it from you in the future? Because you want them to know that we support everybody no matter what. I think I saw a question. If I wanted to buy another supply, oh wait, that's the same one. I think it popped up again. Oh wait, thanks for answering my question. How do I add this to my account? Okay, so when you sign up, you will actually, we can walk you through that, but your coach that added you to this group or to the event will actually be able to send you a link. And as you're signing up, like I said, my best advice is to get a challenge pack, again, if you've already purchased one in the past, because you're going to get such a good discount on that Shakeology and a program. So if you've been thinking about another program, go ahead and get it now, because really, if you think about it, Shakeology is $129 a month. Right now we have the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme is $140 with free shipping. So you're basically getting a whole program for $10. So I really recommend, if you've done the 21-day fix, maybe you want to get the extreme and doing it that route. Then that way you don't have to worry about like signing that waiver form and all of that. And then you'll just cancel your previous order if you have that automatic shipment coming from your customer account. And put the Coach Online Office has a live chat. And your coach can walk you through that, how to do it. Okay. I think I've tried to talk about the prizes like 15 times, but what I want you guys to do is go into the event page, and I'm going to post a picture, and it's going to say who was on the call. And if you're not a coach already, go ahead and comment below and say, hey, I was on the call. And what we'll do is we're going to do some random drawings, and I'll announce those people like ASAP, because I have like a little program that picks names randomly. But try to go on there and put your name in there, and we will give out some prizes, and they're really good prizes. And then if you have any friends that you think while you were watching this, they popped in your head and you're like, that is perfect for so-and-so, feel free to send them our recording, because we are always wanting amazing people like you guys on our team, and we are ever growing. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. And if you have any questions, go ahead and comment in that event page, and we'll be there to answer them. I'm going to hang out on that event page for probably the next 30 minutes doing the prize giveaways, but I'll also be there for questions. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen, and we will talk soon. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Brooke.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye from Canada.